I have just arrived in Lincoln. The chap that I was supposed to be working with is running late, so he sent me a load of photos. I thought I'd crack on because I'm supposed to go to Nottingham later as well. Yeah, come on, let's go and have a look, see what the crack is here. That big staining down the wall certainly corresponds with the information I've been given. So let's get this machine off the trailer and let's see if we can make that right. Right, machine's set up. I'm going to chuck a harness on and go up and see if I can see what's causing this blockage. Hopefully it's just a blocked downpipe. Be a nice simple fix. There's a couple more on this estate somewhere that I've got to find. I'll take a screwdriver up with me just in case I need to dismantle anything. People have screwed the downpipes, it happens. And I need to get some photos to show the customer. The customer is a roofer who has come because he can't access that with his tall ladders, but he is stuck in Nottingham at the minute, so he's asked me to, well, I've said that I would come on and crack on with whatever I could. There are a few other bits on this estate that need doing, but I just wanted to get cracking because I'm supposed to be in Nottingham this afternoon. I didn't want to be late for that. So nice simple job, unblock a downpipe, another one somewhere around here as well. I'll get them done and hopefully he'll get here soon. Right. The issue here is that the bracket that's holding this downpipe up, this first bracket, has snapped. I wonder if I've got a spare one in the truck. It's not out of the question. I'm going to go and have a look, and if not, I'll have to think of something else to try and stop this from slipping down again. Right, this is going to require a deeper search. Let me explain the situation. I don't have a replacement bracket, downpipe bracket, in the truck. Quite often I will have something like that, but today I don't. Now, a lot of you might say, well, why don't you just go to the shop and get one? Let me explain this. So my truck and trailer is over 10 meters long, and I've got a cherry picker set up over there. Not all shops can accommodate me. I'm in the middle of a place that I'm not familiar with. This is Lincoln, so I don't really know where to go, and I could find myself in rush hour traffic taking an hour's round trip to get a bracket. Now, also bear in mind, I'm here doing this work because the guy that's supposed to be here couldn't be here, and if I'd have known it needed a bracket, I would have got one out of my stores, but I didn't, so I didn't. I've stopped the leak. If he's got a bracket when he turns up or wants to go and get one within the allotted time that he's got with me, then fine. But for now, I'm going to move on to the next repair here and do what I can to get this job done. Right, let me explain a few things about my business. I am now working currently for a roofer who is subcontracting to a larger company. a larger, very bureaucratic company, lots of bureaucracy. So every time you have to do a job, they have to raise a purchase order. So I'm wandering around here because I'm now waiting for the roofer because I don't know what to do. And I am spotting gutters all over the place. So there's one up there that needs fixing, and I reckon it's probably quite an easy fix as well. What you need to understand is, although I am stood around doing nothing and I could quite easily get those jobs fixed, I can't really, because first of all, I haven't been told to, I haven't been given authorization to. And yeah, I know what you're saying, no one would mind, but there's another job there. All I can do really is wait and do what we have got works orders to do. So I'm going to go and sit in my truck for a bit. Let me reflect a little bit further on this so that you understand, because this really is a different world. Some people just can't get their head round, oh, why don't you just nip to the shop and buy that tile, or why don't you just do this or just do that? But in this type of situation, the job doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. There's a lot of bureaucracy. You've got to have everything approved. Quite often, things will have to be approved by 2 or 3 different people further up the chain that's never even seen the job. There's one company I work for that sometimes send me to leaks, and I'll get there and I'll think to myself, there's absolutely nothing I can do. The roof is completely knackered. But I'm being sent just to show willing, just to show that the company are doing something. It's crazy because I'm not a cheap guy. You know, I have my minimum charges. And I get sent to stuff where people know that I'm not going to be effective, but it is what it is. And well, I'm not complaining. It's all good as far as I'm concerned. And it's just the way of the world. Quite often, I also get people say, oh, why have they sent a cherry picker? You could do that off ladders. And again, the customers I work for, they don't want people on ladders. They want cherry pickers because they don't want people working on ladders. As simple as that. Oh, and one last thing. While I'm on this little rant, every now and again I'll have a little look at the profile of the people that send the I could have done that for 50 quid off a ladder, and the customers I work for particularly don't want nimrods like that working on their buildings. There's a reason you work for 50 quid off a ladder, because you're an idiot. Okay, right, the roofers have turned up, so I'm going to get this machine moved. Done a bit of good here, that was the right thing to do, but now I need to go to another section of this complex to fix some more stuff. Okay, so we've got a downpipe that has come away from the guttering, so we'll go up there and we'll fix that while we wait for the roofers to get their shizzle together. Okay, check this out. Looks like the raw plug has come out. We need a new screw. Okay, I'll go and get a screw and a raw plug from down there. Right, I am up here with Mac, and the leak is on the corner here. We think it's got something to do with that, so we're going to bring the cherry picker round the other side and investigate that leak. Look at this. What is the problem here then? You go for it, Mac.
I reckon it's getting in there. Maybe, look.
Could be. Could be. Although it looks like it's got cover. I hate chocolate. What we've done here is we've removed this sticky lead alternative and placed a saddle over this. The plan is really just to stop stuff from this tile getting down the back. It's not an ideal repair. An ideal repair would be for this lead to be under the flat roof. Am I right in saying that, mate?
Yeah, that's it. Ideally, yeah, that's what you'd want to do.
But we are working with what we've got and the conditions that we're in. And to be honest, I'm thinking as well, we're both thinking that the leak is more likely a bit lower down. So this is belts and braces.
You just have to seal the edge around here to make sure nothing gets underneath.
Sound okay. The leak inside this property is right on the bottom corner, and when looking at these tiles, it doesn't look as if the tile is fully going into the gutter, and water can be running behind the cladding, and you can even see evidence of it getting behind here and getting in. So could it be that water is getting behind this cladding and somehow getting behind the flashing and causing the damp on this side? Cut the cladding out so that you can get some lead?
Get some lead behind it and redirect it. That's definitely the issue. It's 100% the issue. Look, it's peeing in there.
Yeah.
Head up, foot up to it, and see the top where the lead meets the cladding.
No, it's not that easy, mate, because it goes back an inch and a half under the cladding. So the tiles are under the cladding, you know what I mean? I'll figure it. Fixed. I've nailed them all as well.
So what's gone wrong?
So basically the gutter, essentially because the tiles go behind the cladding, the cladding should have been cut out here and the guttering pushed in, and then the lead running into the guttering.
Would this been happening since the day this was built?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah, 100%.
How old is this route?
It'll be more with driving rain coming in this way as well, and when water spills off the saddle at the top, it's yeah, it's not. Yeah, you can see the solid in there.
Can we see that it's all damp behind there?
Oh yeah, look, you come on.
See, and is it getting right behind there?
Straight in there, mate. And that is the issue. Look at that. Oh, that's where
Look at that. From the soaker, it's just discharging straight down there.
Oh dear. I'm glad that that's come up like that, because hopefully I'm going to be able, it's tight. They've done trapped it in with another bit of timber. I can get some lead behind that. Get it back into this guttering, which is very tight. But that is definitely.
The plan is now to get some lead, try and tuck it behind the soaker and sort of encourage water into the gutters and not behind the cladding. Is it trapped behind the timber?
Yeah, it's timber and lead.
That looks like a part of the frame. They haven't nailed it to the frame, have they?
See this part here, look?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's trapping that top corner in there.
Can you slice it? I mean, you'd be all right if you've got a lead cover, haven't you?
Or, I've got a better idea. A bigger piece of lead behind there.
Ah.
And then wrap down and round. So I ain't got to get under that then.
Yep.
That's not a bad shot. See if I can get that tile up a bit more. It's being a bit of a nightmare. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do here?
I'd consider slicing it.
Yeah, putting it a bit further back.
Well, if you cut it and then you'd be able to get the lead. I mean, if the lead was sticking out the top, nothing's going to get in over the top and behind it, is it?
No, they're going to.
I wouldn't have thought.
They're going to right up there. What have I got on me up here?
I've got a knife in me.
You got one on you?
Yeah.
Right, that helped big time, mate. Good idea. I can't wait to make this work.
There we go.
Great idea that was. I'm going to have to trim a bit off, do a bit of sealing, but it's not catching. Right. Gonna have to have sealant on it at the end of the day. It's gonna have to be.
Could you get the knife in to slice that lead?
This.
Yeah,
so it goes behind there.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, just that on that edge.
Yeah. I think so. Oops. Get it back in.
I was thinking you almost need to put a cut in the lead above it so that you can flat that. Yeah, so that can flat down over the top of it. That helps a lot. The idea behind this repair is to get the lead behind these soakers and just try and divert water away from getting behind the cladding. It's not pretty, but ideally this would have been done before all the cladding was put on, so we're now trying to make the best of a bad situation. I'd be interested to hear what you have to think about this. If you've got any suggestions or what you would have done differently, leave it in the comments. Every man and his dog's going to have an opinion on that.
Very cool. Let's see what it's looking like now.
What are they going to say?
Yeah.
What are they going to say?
They're going to say they cut the cladding out and took the gutter through, but
Well, we don't have enough gutter for a start.
Today.
And there's a bloody that bit of timber there is part of the frame. You can't really cut that out.
That can be done at a later date.
That can be done at a later date, but let's be honest, this is going to be like this for the next, what, 25 years? And then in 25 years it might leak again. And then if we're still working, we'll come back and have another go. But that is not a bad job. So what's going to happen now during really heavy rain and driving winds was when the problem happened. Water is being pushed underneath this cladding. It's now going to get diverted back and into the gutter. That's the hope. I'm pretty confident we've solved this problem.
Yeah.
Matt's confident. I'm confident. Job's a fish.
Job's a fish.
While we are here, it is worth pointing out, I don't know if you can see in the back there, that is Lincoln Cathedral. I take some criticism for putting the screws in between the joints like I have just then, but I think it's better than screwing through the downpipe. And people say, well, why don't you just glue it? But the fact of the matter is, if I'd have glued that, the next person that comes to try and clear any moss out of it can't take it apart, and you know, you've really knackered the job then. Yeah, I know it ain't pretty, but what can you do other than change the lot? And that's not what we're here for. I was here to get it flowing, and that's what I've done. And with that downpipe repaired, stuck back together, it's time to go back down to the ground, pack this machine away and go to the next job. That is my time in Lincoln complete. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I hope you found it instructive, entertaining, educational. If you've got anything to say, leave it in the comments. If you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more cherry picker and roofing content, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next job.